Hi folks, I'm Judd. I'm a professional astrologer and you've arrived at my video collection for November 2011. So this is your forecast for the coming month. Enjoy. And this is the global forecast, folks, for November 2011. The Uranus-Pluto square, it's getting stronger. It's only a couple of degrees away now. It's getting bigger and bigger. Ongoing for a year now, ongoing for the next 4 years, and we all know that this is bringing the fundamental reorganisation of society, the transformation and the rise of the need for more individuality. That's a given. Saturn's still trucking through Libra, bringing a degree of balance and the need for more sharing, equality and fair play and transparency into the world. Jupiter's nicely retrograde in Taurus, reassessing issues around value and worth, and all of this is much of the same. At the large scale, the long term, there's going to be no deviation from the ongoing course of events. There will be continued upturns and downturns at the economic level, and they will go to more extremes. There will be continued rises of protest worldwide in various shapes and forms, but this will become less problems, less confrontational, except in certain countries where tyrants and despots still rule, of course. No names, but we all know who we're talking about, don't we, Mr. Mugabe? And I suspect that there's no sign of any large-scale or long-term new impetus going on. We've already got far enough going on at the moment, so it's going to be an extension of the same. Now, if we come into the week by week, here we start seeing changes. Mars moves into Virgo for the first time in 2 years, and it's going to spend 7 months there. We've got a Mars retrograde coming up. So look at the area where Virgo is in your chart, which house it's in, and start realigning your physical energy. Start working with physical fitness, with words like assertiveness and projectiveness, and maintaining boundaries, because this is going to become important over the coming few months. Translate that onto the world stage, and especially during November, as Mars moves into Virgo, it immediately opposes Neptune around the second week of November. So if there's going to be developments around the seas, maritime, fishes, oil, underwater oil, or some type of nebulous or deceptive influence, then it's going to be the second week of November. And then Mars, over the rest of the month, trines Pluto and trines Jupiter. So I'm actually suggesting that at least at the individual level, the end of November, the second half of November, is going to be very healthy for a significantly large number of individual people in terms of work and finance. I know this belies what's going on in the world, but opportunities will be there for people to do well for themselves. This is not corporate and government, this is individual. Venus and Mars together most of the month in Sagittarius, not really giving the other planets any grief, but there is this Mercury retrograde that's coming up in Sagittarius. So again, look at Sagittarius in your chart, see which house it occupies, and get ready for not so much misinformation as misunderstanding or miscommunication, which won't be even begun to be made clear until early December and won't be properly clear until the new year. So not a particularly brilliant time for signing new long-term contracts, agreements or negotiations, depending on where the Mercury retrograde is in your chart. Something like this happens 7 times every 2 years for 3 weeks. It's not a big deal. And it's not really giving that much grief to the other planets, so I'm not that worried. Even the new and full moons are quite healthy. I don't really see November 2011 as bringing any major, new, dramatic change to the ongoing social change that's already happening across the world. But I do think what's already going on is going to continue accelerating and escalating, and I suspect that individuals are going to become much more personally involved in some way or another. And because of this, I suspect that November 2011 will be seen as one of the most active and hopefully positively dynamic months of 2011. Have a great month. Okay folks, that's that. I hope you really enjoyed that. That was your forecast for November 2011. As you know, I'm Steve Judd. I am a professional astrologer. I do astrological readings for a living, so you can find out all about me, about all the different services I do on my website, on my services page, and feel free to give me a call. I will always come back to you. Have a great month. Now, here's a word from my evil twin brother.
Hello, we represent the local anonymous branch of Astrologers Incorporated, and we'd like to recommend Steve Judd to you as one of us. Remember, people shouldn't be scared of governments. Governments should be spared of people. Anonymity is dead.